Sorry.
No, we're not live yet. We're live. Let's get it done. Hey there, true believers, and welcome to the penultimate place to get your Marvel news, fireside chats, and all things Marvel, and our MCU reviews. This is episode 42 of the Marvel Mondays Initiative, and today's topic is our Black Panther review. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast service, feel free to give us a good rating on that platform. It helps the algorithms and helps us grow our audience. If you're watching on YouTube, consider dropping a like and a sub, and don't forget to hit the bell to get notifications for all our shows like the Penultimate Game Show, the Cross Media Show, and Anime Nation. If you're watching on Twitch and you have Amazon Prime, guess what? You got Prime Gaming, which means you have one free sub to give out. And guess what? We would love it if you gave it to us. But hey, if not, that's okay, I guess. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Ben, the director of the Penultimate Conquest, and today my co-hosts are the usual Mr. Movie Reviewer himself, Christian Macias.
The prince will now have the strength of the Black Panther stripped away. I'm doing well.
Perfect.
Sorry we were late today. I had issues with my camera.
No, that's not why we were late, but that's okay. And of course, we have the new daddy in the group.
I think we can. Yeah, I think we've reached.
Okay. All right. So let me restart that. And of course, we have the group's Destiny connoisseur, Mr. Erican. How you doing?
Hi. How are you?
I'm all right. You know, it's been a long day, but I'm here. How's it going with you?
It's fine. It's all good. Let's see. Forgot to get my oil change done today. Damn it! I knew I forgot something.
Damn it, Eric.
Damn it.
I was gonna borrow your car today too.
It's a bummer.
It's a real bummer.
I wasn't gonna do a T'Challa impression, so I think that would have been. It's good.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Before we get into it, of course, it is time for some housekeeping. Tomorrow we are doing our Turning Red review on the Cross Media Show, so tune in at 7 p.m. Eastern to talk with us about Turning Red. On Wednesday, we are talking Tunic and Strangers of Paradise impressions. And man, oh man, am I sorry for Ryan, you know? He got so excited last week when he saw 83 for his open critic. And I was just told today that it went down to, what, 73?
73.
A full 10 points. That's upsetting.
I'm sorry, 10 points?
It went down 10 points. Last week
it was at 83?
I believe so. He sent the screenshot last week.
Who was getting...
I think he sent IGN gave it an 8.
No, and then I checked last week.
What he said.
No. I checked last week, and it was like either 83 or close to 80.
No well, way. It's not anymore.
Yeah, of course not. So tune in. Tune in. Obviously on Wednesday.
My headphones stopped working. I have to fix this.
Okay. Tune in on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern to see what we thought or what we think about Tunic and Strangers of Paradise so far. And speaking of Tunic, this week's conquest is actually Tunic. So tune in Thursday at 5 Eastern to see me kick some Tunic ass. I don't know if I'm in
What, you're going to kick the Foxix ass?
The Foxix? Yeah.
Foxix.
Foxix, yeah. I'm going to kick his coccyx. That's what I'm going to kick. And, of course, as always, feel free to drop your thoughts on any of our topics this week to our SpeakPipe, speakpipe.com/penultimateconquest. So, I think that's it for housekeeping, right? Christian, do you have a video going up this week?
Yeah, I'm finishing the edit hopefully by Friday, so I can have it up by Friday.
Okay.
My goal is Friday, so if I finish in the next 2 days, then yes.
Okay, sounds good. And, of course, it is now time for some Marvel news. If you see me talking slowly, it's because I'm trying to also write time codes. So we got our first official look at Miss Marvel last week. What did we think? Eric, let's start with you.
They had me hooked 2 seconds in when I heard Blinding Lights.
Oh,
So
I thought about you immediately when I heard that song.
so yeah, as soon as I heard that, like I showed, it's funny. I watched it first for Tessa, and Tessa said, "Hey, can we watch the Miss Marvel trailer?" I'm like, "Yeah, obviously, I'll watch it again." And so as soon as it started, 2 seconds in, she was like, "They immediately got you, didn't they?" I'm like, "Yes, they did." It was so fun. Like I know they changed her powers up, but it looked so fun. I was really worried what this show was going to look like, but I think I'm getting the vibe. It's going to be just a teenage coming of age story as a teenager. I think that's fun. I like how stylized it was in the beginning with her like drawing in her notes and everything. I thought that was cool. So I'm excited to see more.
Okay. Christian?
Pretty similar to Eric. I do like the tone that they were kind of putting off with the trailer. Like it does seem like a very fun show, way more lighthearted. I liked what I saw for the most part. However, I'm on the complete opposite on the whole powers thing. Um, like that to me just seems strange. Like why do that?
So, sorry,
Yeah.
continue. I was
No,
just
please.
gonna,
And then
I was just gonna say I think they changed it because the Fantastic Four is coming out pretty soon.
but like who cares? Like we have multiple Spider-Men in one movie. So why
This is
can't there
true.
be two people with
This
stretchy
is
powers? We
true.
have two Iron Men.
I can't.
Rhodey's a thing.
I can't disagree with you. I'm just saying. I think that's
You're
probably why.
devil's advocating right now.
Aren't Wong and Doctor Strange like the same thing?
Whoa.
Like
No, Wong is.
they're both sorcerers. One
Yeah,
one
but
sorcerer
he's.
supreme.
Yeah, exactly. Sorcerer Supreme.
I don't know. It seemed like kind of a. I don't know why they're doing it. Like I'm gonna wait for the show obviously to actually like critique it. But my actual hope here is that like from knowing beforehand what Miss Marvel was all about, there's like a lot of like racially charged kind of themes that I was really hoping to see, which I did not get the vibe with in this trailer. And I'm really hoping like those kind of stick around because that's what I think made this character so interesting to check out on screen. Obviously, we had like stuff about race in like Shang-Chi. So anyway, I hope they don't kind of water that down. I'm hoping we see more of that. But otherwise, like yeah, coming of age stuff seems like they're nailing that. We know they can do that, right? We saw it with like Spider-Man. So yeah, here's hoping for the best.
Okay. I think I'm the only person that was pretty down on this trailer. I did not like the comic book thing that they were going for. Like I get that's what like she's obsessed with Ms. Marvel or Captain Marvel, but I just think it's kind of tropey, especially for what they're trying to go for this. I don't know. I'm hoping that I'll you know, turn around on this. Obviously, I'll wait for it to come out and see if my thoughts have changed, but it is what it is.
Do you know much about Miss Marvel?
No.
Okay, so is this kind of like your first introduction
No,
to
that's not
her?
true. I think, funny enough, Eric, the Avengers video game actually did a really,
Mm.
really good job introducing me to Ms. Marvel.
All right, so
I'll,
I'm so if you like that one, so what about this version are you having trouble with then?
I guess the story for the Avengers game like sounded better in my head. I
Okay.
obviously we don't know what the story is happening in this,
Mm.
but one to me the girl in Miss Marvel doesn't look like she's actually in high school. She looks a little younger, but again, that's just semantics. Um, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Okay. I
no,
was
I'm
just
I'm
curious.
used I'm used to like in media a lot of kids looking a lot older in high school. When I see her, I'm like, yeah, she looks like a 14-year-old. That's what I looked like when I was 14. I look just like that. To me, that's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
guess that's
exciting.
what it is. That is, usually kids look like I'm used to like Riverdale kids, looking like
Yeah, 20-year-olds
26.
playing
yeah,
high school. Yeah,
yeah. Okay, so
right.
that could just be it for me. But I don't know. I'm gonna give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Yeah,
I don't know the actress's name for Kamala, but so far from the trailer, she seems like she's absolutely nailing it,
I can tell you
in
right
my
now.
opinion.
Let me check. I think we've also going on this pattern where let me check here. The creator by Bisha is it Bisha K. Ali?
So I
I believe that's
believe
like I
Sorry, go ahead.
like the showrunner is Pakistani as well. I think that's really cool. They're doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um,
love to see it.
Yeah.
so that's definitely a good step in the right direction they've been going. Like I appreciate that they're giving uh, more voices opportunities with certain characters.
So the
Hmm.
girl's name should be Iman Vellani.
That's the actress.
Yes,
Awesome. Thank you.
no problem. As for the power switch up, I don't really care as long as it looks good, which it looks like it's going to look good. I'm fine with it. You know,
True.
I'm all for it. In Kevin Feige, I trust.
I definitely think it was just for the general audience. I think that's what it is.
It
Like
could also
obviously,
be.
like we're like obviously if you follow comic books and stuff, you know like there's a difference between the two characters. I 100% probably think it was just because for the general audience that just goes and watches this stuff.
To me, the way I think about Kamala's like powers is like it's similar to like the X-Men, where like
Mhm.
powers can be a metaphor for looking and being different, right? That's
Mhm.
that's how I embody Kamala's like stretchy powers. So to like
Mhm.
that be removed just for like some kind of cosmic thing, or right? Is it cosmic or is it like some kind of
I believe
artifact?
so.
Maybe a
Yeah.
It
mixture of
looks
both.
like it
Fans.
might be an
Yeah.
artifact. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, it kind of removes that sort of embodiment of that sentiment. But again, if they can nail it, then I'm sure it'll be fine. But
It could also be due to the fact that it's a TV show and budget restraints.
good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. And of course, Eric brought up the topic of Doctor Strange reshoots and how people are still surprised that they're doing reshoots this late. In case people forgot, we're in a pandemic, you know? So fucking get over it.
Here's something for you. People forget that the Avengers post-credit scene was filmed after the movie released. Like, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Like, it'll be fine. Yes, Ruben.
The shawarma?
The Avengers had its premiere, and then they filmed the shawarma scene after.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I thought you meant, I thought you were talking about Endgame. But
Oh no, I'm sorry.
okay.
No,
No, that's
the
okay.
Avengers,
That's okay.
yeah.
That's my fault. That's not on you. That's me. I think that's all the Marvel news we had so far.
Like
Moon Knight impressions coming in. People
Oh,
really
yes.
digging the first 4 episodes,
Okay.
and that premieres next week.
Next week, the Wednesday. Get hyped. It's finally time, guys. We're finally here.
I can't be staying up anymore. I have to wait until Thursday night to watch these shows. 'Cause
Oh,
I
yeah, that's right. You go back
I've
into
started
the
going back to the
office.
office. I've been starting to go back to the office now, so I can't stay up.
Oh, man. I'm sorry.
I'll have to be off Twitter for like the whole day. Oh well.
I mean, I'll be watching these Thursdays as well, probably. Wait,
I
what
can't
time
tell
do they
the
come?
difference.
No, they come out
it-
Wednesday?
it'd be 3 o'clock. It'd be 3 o'clock Thursday morning your time, Ruben.
3 o'clock a.m.
Yes.
Yes.
I'd be waking up at that time. So, no.
You
God.
wake up at that time?
Yeah, well, I wake up at 3:30 in the morning.
Or what?
I go to work Monday through Thursday.
What time do you work?
3:30. Well, I go in at 4:30 and then I stay till 3. It's 10-hour
What do
days.
you do again?
It's 10-hour
It's
days.
messed up, dude. I'm so sorry.
It's 10-hour days.
What do you do again, Ruben?
I don't really want to say on the show, Eric. I'll tell you later.
Okay. All
Okay?
right.
I don't want to
That's
give it
wild.
free publicity, you know.
Okay.
I mean, it's
All
not
right.
wild.
Oh my
It's
God.
me delivering stuff. It's not
Delivering
UPS. No, that's
Rugs.
Nick.
That's why you can't say it.
Yeah, I deliver rugs. How'd you know? I said rugs. Okay, DEA. I said rugs. Let's just make sure we're.
Oh, that's fine. It's
Anyway.
legal in your state. I'm sure.
Anyway, so let's get into the plot. Of course, Black Panther premiered on February 16th, 2018, with a budget of $200 million and a box office of $1.3 billion, which is insanity. Well, not really, but it just anything that hits a billion is insane to me. Directed by Ryan Coogler, and obviously the screenplay was also by Ryan Coogler and Joe Robert Cole, which I don't know much about. So, what were our initial thoughts? Eric? Is this a good movie?
You want initial thoughts?
Yeah.
Yes, this is a really good movie. I think that this is one of the most special, if not most special, MCU movie. I think this is definitely like came out at a very important time. Um, but that being said, I do think the third act of this movie is not that great. But I think the first two acts are sublime, and I think this is one of the better solo movies. This is a really good flick, and I think that with the problem is though, I don't know if they can improve on it.
We'll see
Um,
in a couple of
yeah,
months.
it's going to be difficult, but I think they like Wakanda with this movie became like, but oh my god, it's so crazy the cultural significance of this movie when it came out. Like Wakanda became kind of like a Middle Earth type thing.
Yeah.
Like this was this fantasy world that everyone was invested in, and like it was special. It was something special at the time. So I think it's a really good movie that is not perfect.
Okay.
No movie's perfect, but yeah.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Mm.
Christian, initial thoughts.
Dude, Black Panther still one of the most original MCU movies. When I think of like Shang-Chi and how this was a breath of fresh air in the MCU for Phase 4, like you have to remember that Phase 3 was like bangers, dude. Like I mean, we finally had a Spider-Man solo flick, and then to have Thor completely shake up what we think of it as Thor as a character in the MCU, to then have Black Panther coming off of like Civil War early, right? We want to know what Wakanda is like, and then leading up to Infinity War, and to still have it be like to still have it stand out as its own film, to be so prominent, to have such a cultural impact, as Eric said, um, and to feel so special even years out. Like I just rewatched it again yesterday, and it still feels like a very special movie. Still, like I would say, call it like a very strong A tier movie. Much like Eric, I don't. If I have two critiques, it's the visual effects and the third act, where it kind of starts to fall apart. And still, I feel like it's one of the most original MCU movies. It's still so good and so special.
Okay. Unfortunately, guys, I'm not that as high as you guys are. Well, I do think.
Yeah, man. Oh, you're talking about the movie.
Well, I do think the movie. The movie is an okay, I would say B tier movie. You know, like, sure, the significance of this movie is very important at the time. It was very important, but like for me, there's a couple of things that. One, I guess it messes my tryptophobia every time we see Michael B. Jordan shirtless. Like it screws me up so badly, and I feel very uncomfortable.
What is that again?
Tryptophobia, small bumps. I can't
Oh,
see.
gotcha.
Yeah. So,
I mean, is that a fault of the movie?
no, that's not a fault of the movie. It's just me personally. I also think for some reason every time I watch this movie, I get vibes of how do I say this without sounding like wrong, you know? I guess the scene where he is going into the other plane of existence to see his dad, it reminds me very much of The Lion King. So I kind of feel like it takes things away from The Lion King. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ripping off of The Lion King. Like I know it's not. I know it's not. No, I know. Which is why I don't know. It just like it does some things where like it's kick ass. Like it starts the whole Wakanda opening up to the world and being better for the whole entire world because they're so far advanced. But like I just wish this movie was better. Like Claw was I think Claw was why didn't he need to be in this movie? I know why he needed to be in this movie, but kind of pointless.
I mean, not. I mean, he served a very integral plot moment.
Yeah, but then he just dies.
That was literally the point.
Was it though?
Like that.
That was that was the point. Like that was the point of Killmonger, to show like, hey, look, I'm literally doing stuff that you've wanted just to get some the
Right,
other
right.
Wakandans on
I
his side.
just, I expected. I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where it's a villain that you expect to not die off. You know, like it's always an integral part of Black Panther's
Hmm?
persona. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I
So
mean, Claw is a very like one of the most iconic
yeah.
Black Panther villains, so I get what you're saying there.
So that's all I have to say. All right. I guess
You're not in
that's.
trouble. You're not in trouble or anything, man.
No,
It's
I know.
okay.
I know I'm not in
Yeah,
trouble.
yes, you are. Yes, you
No,
are.
no, no. I'm not in
I'll admit
trouble.
it.
No, it's okay.
You should be based like us.
I don't know what that means.
You're younger than me.
I'm an old man, Eric. What part don't you understand? I am an
You do
old
wake up
man.
at 3:30 every day, so I
Yeah.
get it.
I'm an old man. Okay.
Hmm.
So let's talk about this movie. What were our? I don't know. I didn't prepare the doc for this. Eric, actually, Christian, do you mind reading the ad before we continue so I could think of some questions?
Yes. This episode is brought to you by Buzzsprout. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, which is why we've partnered up with Buzzsprout to help you succeed. Buzzsprout gets your show listed in every major podcast platform, so join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. You'll get a great-looking podcast website, audio players that you can drop into other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening, tools to promote your episodes, and much, much more. Following the link in the description below Following the link in the description below lets Buzzsprout know we sent you, gets you a $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up for a paid plan, and help support our show. So thank you very much, Buzzsprout.
Oh man, it's really hard thinking of questions on the spot like that.
Okay, how about while you're doing that, Christian? Do you remember your theater experience?
I do. Oh my
Mm,
god. Thank you for asking me, Eric. Appreciate this.
mm,
I There's a small part of me that thinks for a while, like I think I was more excited to go see Black Panther in theaters than I was Infinity War. If not
mm,
like just as high, because like something about Chadwick in Civil War as T'Challa
mhm,
was like super fascinating to me. He was unlike any of the other characters, and like I wanted to know more about Wakanda, and I wanted to know more about his character as T'Challa. And I hadn't read any like Black Panther comics, so I was like, this character seems really freaking cool. Also, like Chadwick, handsome man.
mm.
To then be compounded with Ryan Coogler writing and directing, and Michael B. Jordan starring as Killmonger, I was like, dude, this movie's gonna rip. Are you kidding me? So we got there, right? I got there in the IMAX theater, and to see all the like the love that was in the theater, like pure excitement and joy to see like a black superhero character in a Marvel movie, like this has so much impact. People in the theater were like dancing to the music in this. Well, not obviously during the actual movie, but like in the credit stuff, right? And like that to me touched me as a person of color. Right? I'm not black, but I can appreciate like people celebrating blackness on screen to this level, and like it was just like one of my favorite theater experiences. Period. It was so much fun.
I remember for mine, it was well, we got there and they had like a news crew like set up there because they had a bunch of people that come up and wear like traditional African garb like in the movie, and it was wild. Like it was so colorful, it was wonderful. Like this is an event. This is like a cultural moment here. And I remember we get in there, and like you, like I was one of the only white people in the crowd. Like it was predominantly an African American crowd, and I'm like, this is exciting. Like
Hmm.
this is one of those things where I realized this is not for me. This is definitely not like for me. Something like that. I get to enjoy and experience this moment. But the coolest thing was when T'Challa came on screen for the first time. They had like these three black kids right in front of me. They were about maybe younger than 10, and as soon as he came on the screen, like they were just. And
Yeah.
I'm like, there it is, right there. That's why like these moments. That's why these movies are so great for moments like that, and like the fact that it was a predominantly black cast. Like that was so unheard of, especially in like a huge blockbuster film like this.
Hmm.
And it was just so great. I just enjoyed just hearing everyone just be so happy in the theater. Especially, also a lot of people gasped when Michael B. Jordan took his shirt off. I heard just,
Bro, I mean, I was one of them. Are you kidding me?
yeah. But this was a special. This was one of the most special ones. Like I don't think it was like crazy loud like an Avengers movie, but like there was just a sense of just happiness in the room. That
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because, like, dude, think about, like, for years, just this one simple gesture, right, of crossing the arms, what that did for so many, like, young black kids, right? And just
Mm-hmm.
seeing videos upon videos of people, seeing Chadwick out in the wild, yo, Chadwick, and then, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Such a huge impact. Absolutely love to see it.
Okay, so my first question is, what worked for this movie?
Everything.
But you got both said that's incorrect. You proved that it's incorrect because you both had said that this movie doesn't have a great third act.
Okay.
So,
I can start.
okay, go ahead.
I think what works for this movie is, one, it really establishes itself as, like, a different kind of movie. It's not really an origin story. It's dealing with loss and grief, but also like new beginnings, right? That's its kind of central themes. But it's rooted in blackness throughout like the entirety of it, and that kind of carries it for like that's almost meta. In terms of movie, like what that does, um, is change up the pace of the MCU. To be honest, Thor Ragnarok did it a little bit too. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, but we're used to kind of like these white superheroes. We're used to kind of like tropey action movies. We can kind of see where this is going. And for a while, this isn't that, right? It's Chadwick coming home and having to deal with becoming a king for a while, right? To your point there about Lion King, and then it's like, well, no, now let's like think about like our political implications of Wakanda opening up to the world and what that would look like, and Chadwick kind of opening up to that. And then what really works is Killmonger. He's maybe coming about it wrong, right, to like the ultimate extreme, but he is ultimately right. Like, we do have the resources to help people throughout the world, like everyone, including our ancestors, right? Including not our ancestors, but like our kind throughout the world, and him swaying T'Challa ultimately and having to start that outreach program, right? That first step into introducing Wakanda around the world is amazing, because you don't normally see villains winning in the end or having an impact. So yeah, that's what worked for me.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. This is definitely the first movie where we start questioning whether or not the villains are actually villains in the MCU. Like everybody up to, well, no, I would say not really. Probably before in Civil War, so never mind. But like this is the start of the, I guess, villain revolution.
Villains are right.
Yeah.
Spider-Man: Homecoming, I think, gets at it too. But
Yeah. I would have to agree. Yeah. Eric,
Yes.
what works for this movie?
Chadwick Boseman,
Mm.
like his ability, just he's able to just do it all in this movie. Like he can be super spy, he can be,
Goofball.
devoted son, he can joke around, he can be empathetic, he can be angry. Like he goes through all these emotions in this movie, and it just works out so well because he's got the struggle of having all this responsibility on him, and it's really challenging because he's not. His father was brutally taken from him, and it wasn't like a passing of the torch thing, where he could like his dad could teach him. No, like he is thrown into the fire right now, and I think that is what he's able to balance that so well. And I think that yeah, like with all these superhero movies, you got to have a good lead, or it's going to struggle. Like obviously, Robert Downey Jr. was able to carry Iron Man. Like Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, all them, they're able to like these are these huge personas, and then Chadwick comes in, doesn't like try to, um, you know, trying to think of the right words here. Like he's just himself,
Exactly.
and like I think that's what really works. And um,
Yeah, because he's,
also, I'm sorry, go ahead, Christian.
to your point, like, because he's charismatic, but he's not bombastic like
Yeah.
the others. Like, it's more subtle, but it it works.
Mm-hmm. He's wise. I think like he's very emotionally intelligent in this. Like he they do a really good job of writing Chadwick in this one. I will say though, a nitpick, a funny nitpick: the Black Panther suit has nothing on the Civil War Black Panther suit. The Civil War Black Panther suit is like 10 times better than the one in this movie.
I
Yeah.
like the
Like
Civil War
I
plot as
like
well.
the thick, like it's like the thick muscles up here.
Mm-hmm.
The stealth suit is good, but I don't think it's nowhere near
I would
2016 suit.
I would definitely have to agree.
I felt bad because like in the Avengers game, like you could buy the 2018 suit. I'm like, oh man, like obviously I'll buy it, but I really wanted 2016 Civil War suit, and then they announced the 2016 Civil War suit coming out. I'm like, oh yeah, finally.
You already mentioned it already, but the MCU has this magic where the actor's performance is already cemented itself with the character, with Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man, Chris Evans and Cap. Chadwick's performance, even in Civil War, has proven that even just 2 movies can do this. Like, not even 2 movies, I would say 1.5, really. So, could we have seen somebody else in this role? I know that's like 3 different topics in one question, but
We'll have to, right? Because Black Panther 2 is going to have to deal with.
do we
a
have
new-
to? Well, I mean, in the sense
Yeah.
of T'Challa, I don't think they're going to recast T'Challa.
I think his presence will definitely be missed.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's able to bring that coolness that T'Challa has because even though like he's a king and stuff, he's very I mean look at him. Black Panther is one of the coolest characters in all of Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
Like I remember the 2014 reveal for Phase 3 stuff when the Black Panther title screen showed up. Like that was probably the loudest reaction other than Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans actually being there. And yeah, he just T'Challa's just so cool. And it's really going to be tough, and I think that's going to be like, can Ryan Coogler do it? Like I think he can. Like he's really good at what he
Yeah.
does. But like that's going to be an interesting thing. Like how can you make a Black Panther movie without T'Challa? So we'll see.
I'm not saying that it's easy, but I think it's totally imaginable because, like, especially with the character being so rooted in, like, yeah, there's constant. That's tradition, and Wakanda. There's always going to be another Black Panther. That's just how that works. So, will we miss T'Challa? For sure. Come on, are we kidding me? But like, even Black Panther 1 engaged with the idea of other people as the Black Panther figure.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking about Winston Duke.
Yep.
And like, oh yeah,
That's
Winston Duke is in
exactly
this
who
movie,
I
right?
was thinking.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Damn, I just started thinking about that, Christian. Thank you.
I also want
Go
to
ahead.
say some blackness as well. Having the movie opens with VO, right? It's like the vibranium moving. It's cool. Ludwig his score is kicking in, and it's fucking incredible because Ludwig is in his element. Everyone's in their element here. And then after you get the Marvel thing where it pops up with the location and the year, and it's fucking Oakland, and like I felt seen, especially with Ryan Coogler doing Fruitvale Station before this, and then to an extent, I think Creed a little bit. Like having Oakland be a location and showing off like poverty,
Yeah.
right? Not to say that they're poor, but like less affluent area in the MCU. Just showing it, I think, again, does so much.
Yeah. I'd have to agree. Yeah. It like you've both said, it was this movie is just I can't even find the words for it. It's just a positive force that needed to be shown,
And the cool thing is, like, the most technologically advanced place on Earth is a country in Africa. I think that's also just like, wow.
Yeah.
You don't really see that. So like Wakanda, like I said, Wakanda became a character
Yep.
in its own right. So
Definitely.
Man, speaking of like the art style, I'm thinking of Shuri's Lab, which by the way kind of sucks. Thinking about Letitia Wright as a character or as a person, not being the greatest kind of sucks. But still like Shuri is great, and her lab, the design, like seeing like artwork on display
Yeah.
mixed in with all the techno like futurism kind of Afrofuturism stuff is so freaking cool. This movie's got swag.
Yes, it does. Oh, obviously we can all vouch for Michael B. Jordan's performance in this movie. Absolutely phenomenal. Where will he?
The sexiest villain, antagonist, anti-hero?
I don't know about that.
No, Eric.
I
No.
think he's a
Hella?
top 3.
Hella?
I don't think he's number 1.
Hella? You're gonna tell me he beats Hella?
I would put Michael B. Jordan over Ken Blanchett, and I want Kate Blanchett
Wow.
to stomp the hell out of me. Yeah,
Okay, all right. That's.
I think he's the top 3. I think for me, it's just Loki. I think it's still the sexiest bad guy.
man, that man's hair is always like hella greasy.
It's greasy and it's like such a really bad wig. It's
It's
unbelievable.
Tom Hiddleston though, so it's fine.
It's just a
Yeah.
really bad wig. Anyway,
So okay, Ruben, I have a question for you because
Yeah.
you say like there are elements that you didn't like very much, and we can kind of tease those out. Claw's one of them. What'd you think of Andy Serkis' Claw?
I mean, I thought for what it was worth, like the 15 minutes we see him in, it was phenomenal. It was kind of weird where he was just like, when he gets caught by Martin Freeman, and he's just like not, I guess teasing, like don't hurt me, don't hurt me. Like we didn't need that, Andy Serkis. Why? But I get that's kind of his character. I also think it was really weird to see his hand like vibrate the shatter the glass. Like I know it's a prosthetic, but it was weird. I have a pros and cons list for Andy Serkis. Like this is definitely not his best acting in a movie that I've seen him in, but it's not his worst. I've seen him at his worst. So
I don't think I've ever
his
seen
worst.
Andy Serkis act bad at all ever.
wow,
Was Andy Serkis at his worst, Ruben?
Eric, that's a story.
His
for another
directing.
time. Yeah,
I was about to say his acting, his directing is what you.
it
Yeah.
still counts. It still counts. It still counts.
You tell me you watched. Have you seen Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, Caesar.
Like that first 15 minutes is
Ugh.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's at his best. Planet of the
so
Apes
it-
movies.
So we're talking about Michael B. Jordan here. I think one of the problems I have with the movie in the end, it just is another example of the villain just being a copycat of the hero. You know, you get that first Iron Man 1, you got Ironmonger, and then like throughout the whole MCU, it always turns into that's what it's called, Ironmonger.
Interesting.
And you just get different variations of the hero. I think that's one thing I didn't like about it. It's just like, oh, it's just Black Panther, but gold.
Yeah.
That he's fighting. So
This is the one time in a Marvel movie I didn't care that was the case because the two had like obviously T'Challa has to wrestle with his place as king and as Black Panther, right? So we know he's gonna be that. It's the movie called Black Panther, right? But Eric's revelation of him like having this mission to become, to go get to Wakanda and become like king there, them like having such like the same goal but coming from a different like place to begin with. I didn't care for it that complaint as much here.
I guess like what I'm trying to say is like the fight itself, it was just the same things going at it.
Yeah.
Like ideologically, they're very different, and obviously, the villain kind of wins because T'Challa changes his mindset about things, kind of. But yeah, I guess I'm just talking from a fight point of view. It's literally just like copy.
Yeah,
Like,
I would have preferred it to be like a completely different suit.
And oh man, that final fight. Oh, CG wise. Oh, that was
Yeah, for
it
sure.
is bad.
Yeah.
It looked bad in theaters. It looks even worse on my TV. But you're right because like 4K Sony Bravia.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, because like not much of the final fight is memorable. Like when we think of T'Challa and Killmonger fighting, we think of them in the water, which is an absolutely incredible scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that stands out. Also, the writing. Michael B. Jordan writing is top notch, dude. Is this your king? Nah, I'm your king.
Ask me
Come
my
on,
name.
dude.
Ask me my name.
Yo, oh my god, dude.
And then you just have that one fucking guy that doesn't like. Obviously, they're trying to tell you don't fucking ask him his name. Why would you ask him?
Jobu.
So we can all agree that Killmonger was right.
It's kind of like a situation where he has the right mindset. He just goes about it bad. So I do think that he is correct.
Well,
If
yeah, in the sense that like Wakanda should have been opened up to help out people that desperately needed it. Okay, all right.
And I
Do you
do
agree?
love that Killmonger's ancestral plane was his apartment in Oakland. I
Yeah,
thought
of
that was
course,
also another.
of course, perfect.
Sterling K. Brown as I
Ah,
forget his name. Yeah, so fucking good. No tears for me. Fuck, that scene gets me. And then it changes from Killmonger Eric as a kid to an adult, and
mm-hmm.
Michael B. Jordan says one tear as he says like, "Nah, people die all the time." Like, fuck, dude.
So good, so good. What do we think about
Just
Martin Freeman?
oh,
Oh,
Token white
I
guy. Love to see it.
yeah. I think it was one of those things where like you had to connect it to the MCU some way. But
okay.
yeah, I did thought it was just so interesting about T'Challa has worked with Agent. Well, my God, I've already forgotten his name.
Smith.
Ross.
Yeah. No.
Yep.
I think it was Agent
Yep.
Ross.
Yes.
So like Agent Ross, he's worked with Agent Ross so much, but then Claw's like, "Have they told you what really is going on in Wakanda?" And then now like the trust kind of changed in that scene, and now like he's like accusing T'Challa. I thought that was a
Good
really
twist.
interesting scene. So, but yeah, he was there.
That's why it works because like he is the token white guy. I think that's kind of they
I
make
think
a point of that.
he subtly like blends in. You know, he doesn't overpower anybody's
Yeah.
performance, which is great. But
Oh, great,
He's
another
also
broken white boy for us to fix.
He's also the vessel I think that gets T'Challa to change because he takes a bullet for not Letitia Wright,
Shuri.
not Shuri. That's Letitia
Koye?
Wright's character. Yeah, Nkoye, who's played by. Why am I
Oh
blanking
my
on her
God,
name?
Danny. Oh
I'm blanking
fuck.
too. I'm blanking too.
I got her here. I got her here. Denai Guerrero.
Okay,
No, that's not her.
that's her. That's her.
That is her.
Oh, are you talking about Lupita?
Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
her name was fuck. What was her name? Shit.
Oh, you said Okoye.
Oh,
No, yeah,
yeah,
it's not
yeah. That's
Okoye.
why I was saying
Nakia.
Nakia. Yeah.
Nakia.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Martin Freeman takes the bullet for Nakia, right? He didn't have to do that, but he did. And so now T'Challa has like this option. Like he has the capabilities of helping Martin Freeman, and he does. And that's the first kind of act like that I think of as the change that T'Challa does because now you can ask that same question. We have the capabilities of helping.
Yeah.
Should we do this? And the answer ends up being yes because we can, right? And so that to me is like Martin Freeman is like kind of one of the catalysts, not the only, but one of.
Ruben, you good
Plus,
there, buddy?
Was supposed to
he's,
be a
he's thinking about Michael
sneeze.
B. Jordan.
No, it was a
Stream
sneeze.
saw. Stream saw that, right?
Yeah, again, I was
They saw
gonna
that.
sneeze and then somebody fucking ruined it. Um. Okay.
All I had to do was check my notes. Lupita Nyong'o as Nakia is right there. I'm so dumb.
So we kind of touched on this a little bit before, but I have here Ryan Coogler definitely knew what he was doing when he obviously co-wrote this and also directed it. Are we excited to see what he does with the sequel? Will it
It'll be his
just be
first sequel that he's ever done. He's done
right?
three movies now, right? Fruitvale Station, Black Panther, and Creed.
Will
So
it
it's his first
just
sequel.
be? Will it just be kind of a repeat, like obviously due to Chadwick Boseman's passing? How do we think this is going to go? Do we think it's going to just be like free for all to find out who's the next Black Panther? Or do we think that M'Baku's going to step up and take the reins? Do we expect somebody else to do it? What do we think? It's time for the theory corner.
I think with it being Wakanda forever, I think if he just centralizes it in Wakanda, and like Wakanda's the important part here.
Right.
So I think that's what he should focus on.
Okay.
Obviously, he's gonna have fallout. Well, like you're gonna have the relationships T'Challa had. Obviously, those are gonna be like a big part of like he's gone now. What do we do next? But I see it. Hope I see it staying in Wakanda. But hopefully, they have like the outreach program. They show that
Yeah.
how that's doing and everything. So it's interesting. Like I haven't seen a single like set photo or anything. So
No.
I have no idea what this movie can be, and it comes out in 8 months. So
Damn. I've seen pictures of Ryan Coogler on set. By the way, how unfortunate is it that like I won't bring it up. No, it's okay.
you talking about that thing in the bank?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely
Bullshit.
insane.
Absolutely bullshit. That's all I got. Do we have anything to Christian? I'm sure you
Yeah,
have some
yeah.
notes here.
The one of the first MCU movies where they actually had a soundtrack made by actual artists. Shang-Chi did this following, obviously featuring prominently Asian artists to make Shang-Chi. Same
Right.
thing here. They made a black album, right? And it still
Funny
goes.
enough, first
Yeah.
first movie to have your boy Eric. The Weekend. Was one of his songs was in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy that he got a twofer.
King Kendrick.
What's the other fur?
Miss Marvel.
Oh, gotcha. I see what you mean. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then the whole Busan scene with
So good.
Kendrick playing, yeah.
Yeah.
And it has style. Like there's some very like kind of like slow mo moments, like of Black Panther utilizing his like what is it called? His suit when it does the thing.
The
Kinetic energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stunning.
Yeah.
And the
Very
production
cool.
design in this movie too is fascinating. Like it's like the underground casino. Oh, that whole area was just it was so
Yeah.
nicely done.
Cool
So good.
camera movement there too, with it like going up and then following Okoye down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny Guerrero, Guerrero as Okoye, fantastic. Two more things here I wanted to say. I still don't think the "what are those" joke is very funny, but like whatever, it comes and goes.
I love it every time. What
not.
are those?
I do appreciate the sneakers joke though.
That's funny.
That is funny. That is funny.
Yeah. Daniel Kaluuya in this, not a crazy standout, but like I do love that him and then obviously the head of is it Dora Milaje?
Yeah.
Are like in a relationship like that. To me is
Okoye.
interesting, and Okoye has they have that moment at the end where he asks like, "Would you kill me?" And she says, "For Wakanda." Yeah, like she would. Like that to me, like that tension is interesting, and he realizes this and he surrenders. Like that's a very powerful moment. Like that didn't have to be a thing, but it works. Yeah. I think those are my major notes here. I can double check my phone, but I think that's it.
Okay. All right.
I think just ending is just like this was a big cultural event that it's going to be hard to replicate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, like this was a moment, like
Yeah.
in film. Period. Like not just superhero films or comic book. This is a moment in film. Period.
Yeah.
Like the fact, like it won Oscars. Like it was nominated for Best Picture. Like this was a movement. Like I think the cultural significance of the film is greater, and I don't want to say better, but like I think that's more important than the film itself. I think like the film is a good film, but I think everything surrounding it is what makes it so good.
Right.
I will say as well, it still bums me out that Killmonger died. I wish there was another way to do it. I don't know if that would have made sense.
Yeah.
But he's got this absolutely fucking insane baller ass line, one of plenty that he has, where he says, "When I die," he T'Challa says like, we can still save you, which is amazing, by the way. Like the fact that like he wants to save him, his cousin, mind
Yeah.
you, right? He doesn't have to die, and he says, "Nah, bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships because they knew death was better than bondage." Fucking incredible.
Absolutely incredible. Yeah, that scene itself is very like. For the first time, I started thinking like, oh shit, like. It made me think of what I've been saying for the past 50 minutes of like, the villains are having a moment in time where like they're not completely wrong. The way they're going about it is wrong, but they're not completely wrong, which is kind of weird, you know? With that being said,
So, fun fact: one of my buddies, when I was at LSU, he is one of Mubaku's guys at
oh
the
shit,
river
really?
fight. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
That's sick.
hmm
I remember there was a video of Winston Duke reading thirst tweets,
hmm
and M'Baku more like break my back, and that shit
Blow
it still
Mubaku
gets
out.
me.
Oh
Yeah.
man. That's good. That's real good.
We got Bucky looking like Jesus at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
The White Wolf.
But guess what, guys? No,
Oh, another thing. I don't know if you guys thought this. The beginning of the movie, like when he's rescuing Nakia, like I think that the cinematography on that one was really off.
Not even rescuing, but what do you mean off?
Like it was very dark. Like I know it was like nighttime, but I could barely see T'Challa in the trees. Like it
Yeah.
was.
I think that was the point.
I think that's
No,
the
no.
point.
I mean, it was really, it was darker than it needed to be. But then, like, it gets brighter toward later. But I just thought that was a weird thing. It was kind of like that thing where we talked about Eternals, where like the aspect ratio was changing in like the first hour, and it was throwing me off. I think it just threw me off in the beginning. But yeah, just a little thing I have.
Okay.
But it does have the "I never freeze." That's it. That's such a good line.
It is. It
What are you
really
talking
is.
about? Yeah, so good.
Did he freeze like an antelope?
With that being said, it's time for our Stanley ranking of the.
Do we have any
cameos.
questions? Did anyone write in for
No,
questions?
nobody wrote in.
Gotcha.
Fucking believe it? Nobody fucking wrote in for this. And of course, we have our top 5 rankings of the Stanley cameos because, of course, that's it. We're just doing top 5s. Number 5, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. He was the guy annoying the Watchers on a planet. Number 4, Avengers, superheroes in New York. Give me a break. The old man playing chess in the park in the news segment. Number 3, Thor. It's just number 4. Number 4 is always going to get me. That's just it. I've come to that conclusion. Number 3, Thor. The guy in the pickup truck trying to lift Thor's hammer and looking back asking if did he get it. And of course, number 2 is Spider-Man Homecoming. The guy in the building that says, "Get away from there, you punk." What? Because he thinks Spider-Man is trying to steal a car. And of course, number 1 is Avengers, Age of Ultron, the World War II vet that gets super hammered at the Avengers party. It says Excelsior. Of course, this Stanley cameo is the old man at the craps table who steals who looks after T'Challa's chips.
I'll just take those.
Yeah. Where do we want to put this?
I have my answer ready.
Go for it, Christian.
For me, it's the new number 10. I don't think it's as like great or iconic as some of the ones that we have in the top 10.
Yep.
A lot of favorites up there, but certainly I think it's more memorable than the ones we have below, which is like the bartender Luis's story. He doesn't even speak in that. It's just him like mouthing the words. Like I remember this one more than that one. I remember it more. I remember the Hugh Hefner one a bit more, but that's because it's the very first movie. But yeah, all the ones down below, I don't remember as much.
Okay.
But this one,
I can
great.
agree. Yeah, I'll go with that one too.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with that one.
New number 10.
New number 10.
Also, everyone out there, just got an update. The Nintendo Switch now has folders.
No
You can
fucking
put
way.
folders for your games. It just dropped.
That's nice.
It's about
You
time.
know,
Give us themes,
5
Nintendo.
years. 5 years later.
Give us themes. It's about time. I'm almost done, guys. I promise. I promise. Don't yell at me. Don't yell. We have here our new number 5 is still Guardians 2, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I can't help that. Number 4 is The Avengers. Number 3 is Thor. Number 2 is Spider-Man Homecoming. And of course, I'm still trying to fix it in the you know? Number 1 is, of course, Avengers Age of Ultron. We can't change it. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. So, with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Eric?
Yes. Hi. So this is an interesting one, everyone, because we've had the same. As we talked about this last week, we are probably going to have a new number 1 right now. It depends on what happened because we've had, I think, the same number 1 for a long time here. So let's see if it breaks up. But like we say, what good are the heroes without the villains? So let's go through our top 5 we have right now. Number 5, Mysterio from Spider-Man Far From Home. Number 4, Green Goblin from Spider-Man No Way Home. Number 3, Wenwu from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Number 2, Zemo from Civil War. And number 1, Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. So, Ruben, where does Killmonger / Claw go on this list for you?
No.
Claw
not
is a bad
Claw.
guy in here.
No,
Why would we
we're
not
He is
have
not
Claw in
putting
here?
Claw.
He is not.
No. I'm sorry, Eric. You tried it. It was a good try. But unfortunately,
I'm just saying.
For
if
me-
if we have Dormammu with Caecilius and we have, Justin Hammer.
that's two
Justin
different
Hammer.
things. That
I'm
is
just saying,
two
we have
different
Whiplash
things.
and Justin Hammer.
Justin Hammer had way more screen time.
Screen time doesn't equal. We're not doing that, Ruben, because we have Curse. We literally have Malekith.
Okay,
and
I couldn't
Curse
even tell
on this
you what
list.
movie that was. Like,
That
I
was
could
Thor
tell
in
you
the
what
Dark
movie
World.
that was. I don't remember Curse.
Literally Curse put a special rock in him and made
I don't
him bigger.
remember this.
But we have him on this list. And we have
I wasn't
Thunderbolt
on
Ross
that
this list.
episode. So
Yes,
it's
you
not-
were.
No.
How were you not on that episode? Of course
I
you
actually
were.
missed that one. No, I didn't see Thor 2, remember?
Oh.
That's true.
I think,
Me
yeah.
and
I
Eric
think it
just
was
ripped it apart.
Yeah, I think it was you.
So I'm saying if we have Curse on this list, Claw should be on this list.
No, Claw should not be on this list. I'm sorry. Claw did one thing to advance the story. But you're not understanding. The reason why we have Dormammu on this list is because Caecilius is trying to get to Dormammu. You know?
Dormammu is literally there just like...
The reason why we
big
have
face.
Icarus, with Arishem is because Icarus is trying to make sure that Arishem's plan is going to happen. The reason why we have Curse
Yeah.
here, I couldn't tell you. The reason why
To
we
me,
have
Killmonger is
Thunderbolt
just using
Ross
Claw.
is because Abomination is working for Thunderbolt Ross. The reason why
I'm
we
with you,
have
Ruben.
Taskmaster is because Dreykov did that thing with making a shitty
I'm
villain.
just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
All right.
To me, Killmonger is totally always in control, and he is like utilizing.
Yes,
Claw,
he is
every step
utilizing
of the
Claw.
way.
I'm just making sure we're good here.
Which
All right. So
brings
where
me,
are we putting Killmonger?
which
Ruben?
brings me, you're not gonna like it. Our new number 13.
Whack. Wow.
Whoa,
Dude.
I said you're not gonna like it.
Ultron?
Under Ultron, yes.
What the fuck?
Again, it's the holes. You know, I couldn't see them. I missed most of his performance. So
Oh man.
no,
man.
honestly, I would have to say probably the new number 7.
Above Loki and Avengers.
Above Loki and Avengers, because we have to stop obsessing over Loki. Okay, it's time he gets out of the top 7. It's just time. Okay.
So it's not even the fact that Killmonger is that good.
No,
it's
it's
that
the
we have
fact
to
that,
get
that
Loki.
Killmonger is like I said before, it's the fact that Killmonger actually made me start thinking, like, what if these villains are right?
Okay. All right. All right.
right.
So, Christian, what about you? What you got?
Easily the new number one. Killmonger is one of the best written, most charismatic villains we've ever seen in the MCU. There's an argument, rightfully so, that he may be better than Thanos. Like sometimes I agree with that. It sways. Like Killmonger is it, dude. He's got the sauce. And for me,
Wow.
he's number one. When I think of MCU villains, I think of Killmonger. That is a great, strong villain who changes our protagonist, changes Wakanda, a whole nation.
Yeah,
Changes the
but
future
is
of the
it
MCU.
really him changing it? If we recall correctly, hold on one second. Hold on. Let me just make sure I have this character's name correct. All right. So Nakia's whole thing is like she's trying to help other people outside of Wakanda.
Yeah.
So I don't know
She
if
intro- she introduced
Killmonger's the one that pushes him over the edge.
she introduces that idea, and he doesn't really agree because he's still trying to appease the rest of the people that are in the kingship, right? The people like surrounding the throne.
Correct.
He's not
However, before he meets Killmonger, he decides to bring over Martin Freeman and help him out.
again. He's like I said, Martin Freeman, one of the catalysts to why
Okay.
this is happening.
All right.
Killmonger is the one that totally pushes him over the edge and who says all these things at the footstep of his throne
This
and
is
then
true. Yes.
kills him, quote unquote, and takes the throne.
Okay. I'm just
right.
trying to be devil's advocate. Christian,
So
I'm sorry.
here's the thing I got here. Hard for me because Killmonger is really good, but I don't know if he can top my boy Win. I
Wow.
don't know. I don't know. I think Winwoo.
Christian's not having it.
I love
Oh,
Tony Leung. You know me.
oh yeah. Well, this is Tony Leung podcast. Whenever all these movies are done, we're just gonna watch Tony Leung movies. It's just so because like this is just like an arbitrary thing. So obviously we know that Killmonger. Oh my God.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
Think this
Huh?
through.
Because I think I'm gonna go with Christian here because he's right. Because Killmonger is able to come in, change everything. You know, I even got T'Challa to talk back to T'Chaka in the ancestral realm.
Hmm.
Like that man changed T'Challa as a
Yes.
person. His methods, obviously not great. His reasoning, really,
Dude, we didn't even talk about that. His origin is completely the effect of T'Chaka leaving this man in
Yeah.
Oakland.
Yeah.
Oh my
Number
god.
number one.
Okay. Are we going to average
Number
this
one.
out or are we just going to stick with number
Hell
one?
no.
This is
We
We're,
vote
I,
you.
thi-
This
I
is
think it sounds
bullshit.
like we're gonna vote out here.
This is bullshit, man.
All right, so Ruben,
No,
it's
I'm kidding.
okay.
I'm kidding. We can put number
It's
one.
okay, Ruben. It's okay. Killmonger's only gonna be number one for 1 week, so
Listen,
it's
man,
fine.
that's fine. You want to know why? We got Loki out of number 7. It's one step closer to the bottom of the list. One step.
Who do you like? You don't like
Yeah,
anyone.
do you like anybody? You don't like
No,
Loki? You
again,
don't like Taskmaster?
Loki is
No,
on this
you like
list
Green
way
Goblin.
too
You
many
like Green Goblin.
times.
We got Green Goblin at
Number
top
5, this is bullshit.
with like
We know
10
this is
minutes of
bullshit.
screen
We
time.
know this is bullshit, okay?
But I found out Willem Dafoe has
Willem Dafoe did his own stunts,
His
okay?
unit
Could you
is-
tell me
is so big.
anybody else that did this shit? No.
in another movie. They had to get a porn star to play a body double for Willem Dafoe because Willem Dafoe's dick was too big.
I don't need
Anyway.
to know this, Christian. Why are you
Why
giving
not,
me
man?
this
Why not, man?
information?
Willem Dafoe.
Talking about Green Goblin being so big or so good, not so
Willem
big.
Dafoe.
It's not what I'm talking about. Oh, God.
All right, everyone, we have a new number one, and that is Killmonger from Black Panther. So we're gonna round up the top 5 again.
Give me a second. Hold on.
Jesus.
Yeah, round up the top 5.
Top 5. Number 5, Green Goblin from Spider-Man: No Way Home. Number 4, Wenwu from Shang-Chi. Number 3, Zemo from Civil War. Number 2, Vulture from Spider-Man: Homecoming, and the new number 1 on the Marvel Monday's initiative villain ranking is Killmonger from Black Panther. That man literally burned all the heart-shaped herbs, so that was also a pretty big
Yeah,
deal.
Yeah.
this is true.
Yeah.
After next episode, we're gonna have a very amazing top 10.
I will say there was a line in there I really liked Chadwick's performance, when he's talking to oh my god, Zabaku, Forrest Whitaker's guy.
Yeah.
When he's asking like, "Tell me about the kid" or something like that. Like, I promised the
Yeah.
king, I am your king now.
Yeah.
I thought that line delivery was so
When he
good.
yells,
Yeah,
oh,
I thought that was great.
fuck.
So yeah,
So good.
all right. Now it's going over to Christian, so we can close this out.
Closing out the show with ranking our ranking of the Marvel movies so far. I'm going to read you our top 10, which is, well, I'll do top 5 actually, and then we'll do top 10 when we complete our list. How about that?
Yeah.
Our top 5 right now is Spider-Man: Homecoming, number 4, Spider-Man: Far From Home, number 3, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, number 2, Captain America: Civil War, and number 1, Spider-Man: No Way Home. Gotta start with Ruben first. Get the bad news out of the way.
Okay, so here's the thing. Do I think this movie was better than Eternals? Absolutely. Do I think that it was better than Ant-Man? In the sense that it was a pretty movement of a film, I'm going to go with yes. Captain America, yes. Avengers, yes. Guardians, yes. Shang-Chi, whew, we're cutting it close. I would have to say,
You think this movie is better than Guardians 1?
yeah. I would have to say I'm going to go with you see, like, they both have like really crappy endings. So I would say probably number 6.
I respect
Okay.
it. I really
So
respect it.
I'm not discouraging your list, but do you like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 a lot?
Yeah.
I thought you weren't so high on this movie though.
Yeah, but see, it's weird. I am, but I'm not at the same time. I do think that it is a good movie in the MCU. I do think that it does things that are great. Like I said, again, it gives me this whole starting of the villain revolution. But like Guardians, there's way too much happening at once. I think we needed a Peter story first and then give us more info on the Guardians, as opposed to throwing it all in one blender and putting it together. Damn, I brought back that conversation.
Okay.
I saved myself from that hellhole.
Okay.
So, Christian?
This is hard because I have to play the list. Because on my personal rankings, we have movies in the top 10 that I rate higher. But because I think it's so special, because I'm so high on it today, because I think it's higher than some of the ones we have higher on the list, I'm going to go, I'm voting it as new number 4 over both the Spider-Man Far From Home and Spider-Man Homecoming. But underneath,
Wow.
in my opinion, S-tier movies like No Way Home, Civil War, and Winter Soldier. Unfortunately, the VFX and kind of a third act that doesn't totally come together for me. It falls more into like that A tier kind of area, which to me is like the rest of the movies that we have right there. And I think Black Panther probably is the best of the A tiers. So, number 4.
I would put this, for me personally, right here at the new number 8 above Thor Ragnarok. Because just the top 7, like, those are just all just fantastic for me. I don't think I could definitely cannot say that this movie is better than Guardians of the Galaxy for me, because that's a special movie. So yeah, for me, new number 8.
Okay. So,
Ruben, what number did you say?
I said number 6.
I just averaged it out. So that would mean it's 18 total divided by 23 movies total, right? Including Black Panther. It's 0.78.
So new number 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So underneath Guardians, but above Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
I'm happy with that there? I think that's what Eric voted for it anyway, yeah. There you
So
go.
it is the new number 8, right?
Yep.
This
New number
is-
10 goes as follows. Number 10, The Avengers. Number 9, Thor Ragnarok. Number 8, Black Panther. Number 7, Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 6, Shang-Chi. Number 5, Spider-Man Homecoming. Number 4, Spider-Man Far From Home. Number 3, Captain America The Winter Soldier. Number 2, Captain America Civil War. And number 1, Spider-Man No Way Home.
I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy, Eric.
What did I do?
Just that you got it where you wanted it. You know?
You gonna argue with math?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I hope you're happy. Jesus.
I'm not happy, man.
Christ.
I'm just giving what my ranking of the movie is.
Christian, where can people find you, bro?
Yes, you can follow me at ISOChristian over on Twitter to get updates for all the things I do, like my movie podcast, Large Popcorn. I also do a weekly gaming show every Wednesday at Podcast PXN. Stuff I do for this channel, video essays of Penultimate Conquest. New video should be going up hopefully by Friday if I can finish it on time. I think I am. It's a shorter one, so easier to edit this one.
Okay.
And then all the stuff I'm doing for Tech Raptor. So peep the Tech Raptor sites.
Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. Eric, where can people find you?
Hi, so I am Eric C. Ginn on Twitter. I am hopefully going to be finishing Horizon Forbidden West this week, so I can start doing that review. But
How many hours?
and it's 59 right now, I think.
If only there was 10 more hours.
So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, cool. Of course, you could find me here all week this week. You could also find me on the Point and Podcast podcast that I did last Friday, which was a hell of a ride. So they'll sprinkle in some. They'll sprinkle. I just read your tweet, Christian. They'll sprinkle some content throughout the week, so look forward to that. And of course, as always, Excelsior.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. God damn it, Eric.